Today we're taking care of some maintenance things on the Jeep, getting this project started, so let's go start. Alright, so old Jeep, squeaky belt, that's one maintenance issue we're going to have to take care of. We're not going to do that today though, we got other things to take care of first. One thing I do need to do is clean this thing because, oh my god, that's bad. But again, that's not what we're doing either. First things first, I have two issues with this Jeep. One, very common issue. Well, both are very common issues. One of which has to do with that speedometer and those tires. The speedometer is off. It is about 5 miles an hour off on the highway. So what that obviously tells me is when those larger tires went on, the Speedo gear was never changed. So we got to correct that. And right here is the Speedo gear that we're going to use to calibrate the speedometer. This is a 32 tooth gear. Now 32 tooth gear is the one that is called for when running a 31-inch tire, which is what these turn out to be. 265 65/17, which does come out to 30.8 inches. So essentially 31-inch tire, 32 tooth gear, should fix that speedometer. Alright, so if you're changing out the Speedo gear in your Jeep, it is actually underneath the Jeep in the transfer case. So if you locate the transfer case, your Speedo gear is inside of here. We have to disconnect the electrical, and then you will need a 1/2 inch to remove the fastener. And then out it comes. Once you have the housing and gear out, this gear should just pop right out of this housing. Like so. While you're here, always change the O-ring, even if it looks good. This one obviously is not. So, we have a new one. So we're just going to slide this puppy right back on here like so. And that should do it. Okay. So I just ran into a major problem. This is the Speedo gear I just took out of the Jeep. This is the one I was sent in the mail. See the problem? So now I have to send that back. Try to get a new Speedo gear because obviously they sent me the wrong one. Not only is the shaft a lot longer, but it also says on it that it's a 33 tooth, not a 32. Epic fail. Yeah, guess we got to put that back. Oops. So that was a horribly epic fail, and I hope that's not going to set the tone for the way the rest of this video is going to go. What was supposed to be an easy Speedo change turns into a fail, so speedometer is still wrong. Next thing on the list, need these. Alright, so if you have a Jeep, pretty much any Jeep at this point, if it's older, you're going to have one of these problems. Loose steering. Yeah, that's a problem. So, we're going to try to address that with a simple steering box adjustment. fix this. But before you go adjusting your steering box, you want to check out some of the major stuff first, such as ear ball joints and linkage and everything else before you go making any adjustments. Now, I already did that. This thing's recently been through a state inspection. I have checked all the linkage, I've checked the tie rods, I've checked everything else. What it comes down to is a loose worm gear. I mean, worn worm gear. Yeah. Either way, it's the steering box. It's old, it needs some help, and we're gonna make a small adjustment until we get a new one. Now, to get to your steering box, you're gonna have to remove your air box and get to it way down there. Oops. It broke. That's just how this day's gonna go. Alright, so with the air box out, I also removed the fan, which now gives us access to that adjustment screw. Now that's the adjustment screw for the power steering, which should tighten it up a little bit. When you do this, you don't want to go more than 1/4 of a turn at a time, because you don't want to over tighten the gearbox, making it too tight, and then, well, basically kablooey. So 1/4 inch at a time, take it for a test drive, see how it is. So now with that loose, I'm going to take this, set it there, 1/4 inch that way, or 1/4 turn, sorry, 1/4 turn that way. I'll leave that there. Then we will snug this back up, trying to keep that set screw in place at the same time. And that should be it. Now, I have to take it for a test drive, but just putting it back out of the garage, the steering feels a whole lot better. All right, so small test drive has proven that the steering is a lot better. I don't have as much play in it, but there's a little bit more I want to work out of it. We're actually at the Snowball ice cream stand right over here. Pretty awesome place. Wife's over there getting some ice cream for everybody. She's hiding over there in the waiting line. Meanwhile, Paige's got the new addition to the family back there. That's a little Oreo in her lap. Yeah, he's taking a nap. We just came back from the park. As you can tell from the yawning Luna over there. You sticking your tongue out at everybody? Uh-huh. I saw you. Go say hi. No? No, go say hi. Oh, yeah? There you go. Get it. Alright, so the test drive was successful. I think the steering is a lot better. Needs a little more adjustment. We will do that another day. It's kind of rainy late in the day. We just got back from the park. Paigey has been all about Oreo back there and has completely exhausted him. Look at this.
Do a poll.
Look at that.
Oreo.
He is out.
Or Barnaby.
Really, babe. Alright, so my wife wants to know if you like the name Oreo or Barnaby more. The girls named him Oreo, obviously because of the coloration. But, you know, I like Oreo.
He has an old man face. Barnaby.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Count Oreo.
Oreo. Alright, so...
Oscar.
No,
don't count Oscar.
No, we're not doing Oscar.
No, no Oscar.
Anyway, so I already ordered the other Speedo gear to correct the speedometer, since obviously the other one was wrong. Hold on.
Wait your turn.
She's very anxious. So the other Speedo gear should be here probably about 2 or 3 days. And then we'll get the speedometer corrected. And I looked it up. 100% my fault on the Speedo gear. I did order the wrong one. There were two. One was a short stem or a short shaft. One was a long shaft. But yeah, I bought the one for the TJ, not the XJ.
FYI, he has a habit of doing that on online shopping.
It came up on the search bar. Anyway, we're going to get more into the XJ build, get the speedometer corrected, and I do have a couple more things I want to take care of. I'm thinking roller rockers are definitely going to help this thing run smoother, possibly an injector upgrade. There's a few other odds and ends that we'll talk about at a later date. But for now, I want to say goodbye to everybody.
Bye, but my dad has a broken boo-boo in his shoulder.
So what do you say?
I'm still in the sling.
Good thumbs up for
Yep.
the video.
Don't forget to drop a good thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already.
Subscribe.
And subscribe. And we'll catch you on the next upload.